Hi guys, welcome to the Session Talk Show. I'm your host Kai Sampson.
I am Rose.
And I'm Teriya.
And
we're the Session Talk Show.
Thank you for joining us. And we have such a special guest here today, Dr. Richmond, the cool doctor, I might add. Thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, born and raised.
So what brought you here?
I actually moved to Houston to do my residency at Baylor College of Medicine in Family and Community Medicine. What I liked about Baylor is that Baylor has the academic name, but it has a community program because it was always my goal to really be in the community and to practice medicine in the community.
Wow.
Great. So tell us a little bit about your backstory.
Oh, my backstory. How far back we going?
All the way back.
All the way back.
Take it
Yes,
back.
all the way back. So again, I am originally from Chicago. I grew up in a neighborhood called the Austin Community.
Mm-hmm.
It is what people would consider kind of like the hood.
Okay.
My mom raised myself and my brothers, and she always was like, "Hey, you got to get your education." And so I thought, I'm going to go something in medical, but I wasn't for sure exactly what I wanted to do. And she's like, "Have you ever thought about being a doctor?" And I was like, I hadn't really thought about it, but what I did notice growing up in the Austin neighborhood is that there was a lot of teen pregnancy. And I just saw that with my own eyes. My friends having babies as teenagers, and I was like, some way, somehow, I am going to fix that. And it was when I went to my doctor, who happens to be a Black female, and she said, my mom is deceased now, but at that time she said, Miss Whitehead, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave the room. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm her mother. And I was a teenager, and she needed to talk to me. I was 14. She needed to talk to me directly about what I hope my son's doctor would talk to him about. Safe sex, contraception, like all the things, so that she wanted me to understand that I was her patient. And if I needed anything, or if I found myself in a situation where I thought that I would have sex or anything, that I could call her so that I can make sure I protect myself. And then the light bulb went off.
So that was your driving force.
Yes.
So isn't that you're doing some initiative with sex education and HIV? Education and
yes,
stuff
so
like that?
an initiative. I love that. It's like it started out as an initiative, and this is long term. Like, this is a part of who I am. So that's STI prevention, testing, and education, as well as HIV. So I do that in my private practice. I do that in the community, and I also do that with Texas Southern University, where I'm the university physician.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So do you gear toward teenagers, or do you gear toward all ages?
All ages.
All ages.
So I start at the age of 12, and then my most seasoned patient is 93.
Wow.
So all age groups, yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, I have a 13-year-old, and I could only imagine how your mom felt when the doctor was like, get out the room. Like, wait, what? But I understand wanting that safe space.
Yes.
So do you do that? Do you repeat that situation that you had? So you're going to kick me out the room if I bring my baby
I
in?
absolutely would.
Okay, and I'm going to call you and be like, so what y'all talking about?
And so here's the thing. So we have to have the conversation. And I say this to my teens and young adults. Certainly, what we talk about is confidential. There is HIPAA. There is a patient-doctor confidentiality. And honestly, I'm not supposed to share everything unless they give permission. But this is what I do. I say, hey, how do you feel about your mom or your dad coming back in the room so that we can all have a conversation and go from there? And typically they'll say,
okay.
They're like, yeah, let's do that, so that everybody is aware. I think having open communication between the doctor, the patient, and or the parent is so very important. So I see that at TSU, I see that in my private practice, and it's really a holistic approach. That's my approach, is very holistic.
How are you able to gain the trust of your patients? Meaning, like, if you have a teenager come in, teenagers kind of hard, clearly.
Yeah.
How are you able to gauge that level of trust with them?
Yeah.
Like that.
Well, thank God that I have a 14-year-old.
Okay.
Right. So I get to keep up with everything. So I keep up with the music. I keep up with the latest styles.
Okay. So that's the conversation.
Absolutely. Athletics. Both of my sons are athletes. So I keep up with athletics, like everything. And so once you show that you have some interest in what they are experiencing, it really does open up. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Well, doctor, explain to me about this concept Total Woman Wellness, and your clinic, Total Health Clinic and Day Spa.
Yes. So I am your total health doctor, right? So that means that when I say women's health or women's wellness, that's not just making sure that we're doing the breast care and the gynecological care. That's the whole woman. We have brains, we have hearts. It's all the pieces. So mental health is so important. Some of the number one causes of some of the number one causes of death in women is heart disease. Cancer. So all of those things we definitely take a look at. And so over time, this is a continual relationship. So typically my patients, I don't see them that one time and then we've hashed out everything. I write a whole bunch of prescriptions and then I see you later. Yeah. No, it is a holistic approach. So I may say, hey, your blood pressure is a little bit high. Maybe you should go relax in the relaxation room. Give yourself some time to kind of bring it all together. And then we can come back and talk about the medical discussion. Yes.
So spend some time talking about the day spa part.
Spend some time talking about the day spa.
Yes,
that is the good stuff.
That
is the good
spend
stuff,
some time
right?
With the day spa
because the holistic approach again is not just writing prescriptions, right? And so what I've noticed is women like us, we kind of put ourselves last.
We do.
I like a little bit of pampering time.
You do?
I love a lot of pampering time.
Any spa treatment, honey.
Oh, yes. So facials, massages, waxing, body contour. We have pedicures, manicures, all in one space.
Where do we need to be headed?
Where do you need to be headed? Oh, yes, you need to be headed to the greater third ward. I like to say we are a gym in the city. Literally.
The diamonds.
So you open up, you can
love third ward.
Yes, you can actually you can actually smell the aromatherapy before you walk in the office. And people are like, is this a doctor's office? It is. But it's a doctor's office and a spa. And then we also do clinical trials as well.
Okay.
So
it's a whole well-rounded approach.
It is.
Okay. So I saw a picture of you. Well, of course, of you. And then your staff. It seems like a loving home and a family to you.
Yes.
Is that right? Did I get the gist
That is right. Because as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, one of my goals is to employ people who maybe not haven't had the experience of being in a medical office or being in the medical field. So we have students, we have medical assistants come and do their clinicals. Wow. And so this is a space where not only are we healing people, but we're also helping people to grow through employment. And I am a very much a advocate of like doing your thing. Like, what is your judge? Okay, that's your okay. Well, we're gonna work on that. Oh yeah, we'll work on that.
I'm having goosebumps. Oh my gosh, goosebumps! You're so inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you contribute a lot of your success to the morning show?
So do I contribute a lot of my success to the morning show?
Yes.
What's the morning show?
That may be a trick
Did
question.
you have a morning show?
Oh.
Maybe
we
should have
maybe
a
that
morning
was
show.
We're manifesting. You gotta go ahead and put it out there. So I've gotten that a lot, right? Like, so when are you gonna have a show? When are you gonna do a podcast? And I've been guest.
Or cameras.
A camera. Yeah, I hadn't got to that part just
but it's
yet.
coming.
But it sounds like it's coming. So thank you so much. But you know what I do attribute to my success when it comes to exposure and people know it was social media.
It was social media.
It was social media. I have patients who've moved from a different city and have come to Houston and found me on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah, TikTok.
So we can find
Instagram.
you on TikTok.
What you doing on TikTok? You dancing?
I'm dancing.
Are you dancing on TikTok?
I dance on TikTok.
Oh my gosh,
Yes.
TikTok.
So I have these wonderful kids. So my 8-year-old, he's a dancer. He's very much like his mom. He's a dancer. So he's like, Mom, you should do this TikTok. And he'll teach me all the moves and everything. And he's like, yes.
So do you incorporate some kind of healthcare into the dancing with TikTok?
All of it's health and wellness, education.
Okay.
So again, when we talked earlier about how to gain trust of the teenagers and how to gain trust of the young adults. Heck, I just showed them my TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go follow me on TikTok. And they're like, oh, she a cool doctor.
Yeah. I'm like, you're a cool doctor.
You're down to earth.
Yes.
Relatable. Very relatable.
Okay, well, guys, you're watching The Session TV, and we'll be right back with our next segment. Yeah.
All right, you're watching the segment.
I know. I'm sorry.
Where can we find you on social media?
Yeah. Okay. You can find me on.
Not yet.
Okay.
You got Go ahead, Scott.
Tell us, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on Instagram at Dr. Teriya, DrTeriya, and all social media platforms. And also, you can find me in the Greater Third Ward. I'm always somewhere in the Third Ward, whether it's TSU or my own private practice, Your Total Health Clinic and Day Spa.
What's the address to your location?
5751 Blythewood Street, Suite 200. It is the suite with the pink flower on the door. That's where you can find me
You like
most
the
of the
color
time.
pink?
I do.
You're like the happiness doctor. I'm telling you.
Thank you.
Are you an AKA?
No.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm
Pink
not
and
Greek.
green, right?
Yeah, I'm not Greek.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, and you guys are watching the Session Talk Show.
What's up?